Good morning from Paris. We are here in the Anaka social media studio. We are here with Myles Amine from Marino Wrestling and his parents, Marcy and Mike. So, good morning, everyone. Myles, let's start with an introduction with you. How are you?
I'm doing well. Yeah, it's good to be here.
And what about you?
I'm doing well as well. Thank you for having us.
And thank you. Thank you for your time. So, Miles, let's start with some question. How was your experience here in Paris?
It was really good. I think just as far as the overall Olympic experience, you really can't ask for a better overall just kind of journey through the opening ceremony to the competition. And yeah, I think it was really special. I was in Tokyo as well, but the fans do make a difference for those that are wondering. I think in Tokyo it was really special, but it was kind of the cherry on top was having the fans and all the people cheering and just kind of making the whole experience.
What about Team San Marino?
And yeah, Team San Marino. I think we had an amazing opening ceremony. We had so much fun together, even through the rain. I think that a lot of people kind of thought the rain was kind of a downer on the opening ceremony, but we chose to have a lot of fun on the San Marino boat. Kind of embracing the rain and just as far as being in the village together and at the competition. It was really cool to see the Team San Marino rooting me on. And I remember after a few of my matches looking over and kind of giving them the thumbs up. And so just really supportive, and really we are a great team.
So, Miles, you're a third generation wrestler. Can you please explain us your story?
Yeah, so my grandfather Nazem, he started off the tradition of wrestling for my family, and he didn't start on a low note. He started on a pretty high note by being a two-time Olympian in 1952 and 1960. So he kind of forged the path. He wrestled for Lebanon, and then he passed that kind of tradition down to my father and my uncles, who all wrestled at a really high level. My father, my uncle. Wrestled at the University of Michigan. My dad was an NCAA finalist and an Olympic alternate. And then the next generation, now down to the third generation, I have two cousins who wrestle and wrestled at the University of Michigan. And then my brother and I, we had an amazing journey together, kind of coming up through, we basically, I followed him all the way through from, youth club to high school, now to college, and then to the Olympic level. So we were together through the whole journey, and it's really cool because when my family gets together, that wrestling is going to be brought up, or we talk about wrestling, or even I think that you'll probably catch one or two of us rolling around on the carpet or grass or wherever we can. Just wrestling is really in our DNA.
As he says, Mike, wrestling is in family.
Yeah, so, my dad, was very inspiring to us boys. He never pushed the sport on us, which is very important, that he allowed us to do other sports. And, he taught us work ethic and how to work and how to be honorable and represent your family and your country, like San Marino or the United States in my instance, in my brother's instance. But we always carried, ourselves with pride and dignity, and I think that the sport, represents that. Our family represents that. San Marino represents the character and the determination, and the medals will never define us. The medals, and Myles has earned championships. He's earned a lot of different medals, but that's not what the outcome is. As I say, the spirit of competition, as we witnessed last night. We're proud no matter what. I always told him that. Before he left to Tokyo, he and I had a chance to go to dinner. And I told him, I'm proud of you no matter what. He goes, Dad, I'm going to win the gold medal in Tokyo. I said, that's for you. For me, I'm proud of you no matter what. And surrender the outcome. Just make sure that the journey is worthwhile. I know how hard you work. I've never seen somebody with Myles' resilience and his work ethic and the way he carries himself on and off the mat, and he's a champion in life. So that to me is how a man and a woman gets measured. So.
My San Marino maybe was in your DNA because your grandfather competed in 1960 Olympic Games, which was the first time San Marino was at the Olympic Games. So that's
Good coincidence.
yeah, good coincidence. So, Marcy, the San Marino origin came from you for Myles.
Yes, it did. My grandfather, Germano Mulleroni, and my grandmother, Piedina Mulleroni Crudi, immigrated to the United States in the late 1900s and ended up in Detroit, actually. And my father, Richard Mulleroni, he passed his citizenship down to me, and then obviously me down to my children. And funny fact here, and these my family teases me about it, but at the San Marino Club in Troy, which is a huge community outside of obviously the country, when I was a senior in high school, they had a Miss San Marino contest, and I was runner-up. So my grandfather made me do it, but anyways, it was quite funny. So these guys, they tease me about that all the time, and but we are super proud to be San Marinese, and I would always say, because people didn't know San Marino, especially back before the internet and whatnot. I mean, they in the United States. So you just say, "Oh, I'm Italian." My grandfather would say, "You are not Italian. You're San Marinese. Don't ever tell anyone you're Italian. You're San Marinese. Be proud of that." And I said, "So we say we're San Marinese, loud and proud."
Nice. You made San Marino proud. You know that.
Yeah. I tried my best.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. About your accomplishment in sports, what are what are you proud the most?
I would say I'm most proud of just the overall effort and kind of process that I put together. I think it's often kind of a cliche in sports to say to focus on the process, right? But I really did take that to heart throughout my whole career. I felt like at a lot of points in times I was trying to catch up, to play catch up. My first international tournament was the European Championships in 2019 on the senior level. And for those that don't know, that's probably the second best tournament in the world outside of an Olympic year. And I kind of got thrown to the wolves pretty early on, and I think that was a really good thing for me because that same year I qualified for the Olympics. But what a lot of people didn't see was I was training double and kind of putting in double time just to catch up and make sure that I can make those dreams into a reality. So I would say that I'm most proud of. These two Olympics have been really special. The one in Tokyo and here in Paris. There's a different level of spirit and just kind of peak athleticism, I would say, when you get to the Olympics. The World Championships in wrestling, it's great, but it's just wrestling. You get to the Olympics and it's like it's so cool to be surrounded by all the greatest athletes in the world, and then to really consider yourself like. It's kind of a little bit of, I guess, I'm trying to figure out the word, but yeah, no, not surreal, but just it's almost verification that like, hey, I'm on this level too, and I've always thought that, I've always really had really high goals for myself, but sometimes you got to pinch yourself and say like, yep, this is really happening, and the few times that I've had to do that have been, the last 4 years at the Olympics, so. I'm really proud to be here and just to represent San Marino on this level.
Do you consider, or can you say, to have find a second family from San Marino, from all the fans in San Marino, the National Olympic Committee?
Absolutely. That was one of the benefits that I did not foresee when I chose to wrestle for San Marino. I think, I'm very goal oriented, so I was. Right away, right when I wrestled my first match, I was just thinking like, I want to be an Olympian. I want to be, win world medals, win Olympic medals. And my competitiveness in the beginning kind of, I think I had some blinders to see like there was all these other, kind of externalities, positive externalities, like the community and the family and just all the support that I got. And I think especially after the Tokyo Olympics, when I got to go to San Marino, and you remember that trip, that was really eye-opening for me to see like, wow, this is like, I have an entire country behind me, and it felt like I was doing it for more than just myself at that point. And I think from looking back to the beginning when I made the decision, years and years back to compete for San Marino, that is one of the biggest payoffs for me. It was not any of the medals or any of the the travel. It was just all the friendships and kind of the family that I formed through competing for San Marino.
Marcy, how much are you proud of Myles?
Oh, I can't even express it in words, and you're going to get me to cry. I'm so proud of him because of the man that he is and his humility, and he's a warrior on and off the mat. He's a special human being, and I'm proud to say he's mine.
Myles, what do you want to say to San Marino fans and population?
2 words. Thank you. And in Italian, grazie. Right? I feel like the pouring, the overall just kind of amount of support that I've got is something that I'll be eternally grateful for. I think at the end of this all, that's something that I won't take for granted, is just having everybody behind me and having moments like I was saying earlier of the Team San Marino supporting me, and kind of those biggest moments. Just a big thank you, and I'm so grateful to be a part of Team San Marino and represent.
So thank you very much to Myles for his time and to his family too. From Paris, it's all.